All right, here's my hardcore sorcerer, and these are the basic ball lightning talents. So, what you're going to want to do is get Arc Lash, followed by Enhanced Arc Lash and Flickering Arc Lash. This will give you some mana regen, it will proc your damage reduction, and it will give you movement speed. Get Devastation, 1 point, put 3 points in Elemental Dominance. The base cost of ball lightning is 50 mana, so this will always be up. Get Frozen Orb, followed by Enhanced Frozen Orb and Greater Frozen Orb, which will make enemies vulnerable. We will use an enchantment slot for Frozen Orb. We will not cast it. Get Elemental Attunement. This will give you a reset chance on your defensive skills. You'll basically always get this on cooldown because you hit so much with Ball Lightning. Flame Shield, critical. You need it both for your enhancement. Enhanced Flame Shield so that you can get to Mystical Flame Shield. So that while Flame Shield is up, you have 25% mana cost reduction. Obviously, you need Teleport, breaks you out of CC, and causes you to move faster. Get Enhanced Teleport, giving you CDR, and then Shimmering Teleport, giving you damage reduction. 3 points in Glass Cannon because it's a lot of damage. Then you want Ice Armor, followed by Enhanced Ice Armor, giving you more mana regen. Pick up Align the Elements, so that you have DR against elites, preventing one-shots, and then 3 points in a Mana Shield, giving you basically 100% uptime on 21% damage reduction. Then down here into Ball Lightning. As many points as you can into Ball Lightning. Enhanced Ball Lightning, really critical. And then Wizard's Ball Lightning, giving you more Crackling Energy. Static Discharge will give you Crackling Energy, 15% proc rate. And then Absorbing Crackling Energy or picking it up will give you 12 mana. This is a big part of your sustain right here. Then you're going to pick up Permafrost so that you can unlock Hoarfrost, giving you 9% damage against enemies that you hit with Frozen Orb. Grab Unstable Currents, and only Prime Unstable Currents. You don't need this point. It's irrelevant to you in this build. This will give you 25% attack speed. Pick up Coursing Currents. Pick up Conduction for movement speed. Pick up Electrocution for damage reduction. And pick up Convulsions for a 9% chance to stun. Because you hit a lot with Ball Lightning, this is very reliable. If you're pushing, take these 3 points out of Conduction, put them in Frigid Breeze, giving your Frozen Orbs a chance to generate mana for you. When you're not instantly killing everything, you will need that mana so you can make more Ball Lightnings. Otherwise, go fast. And then finally, you want Esau's Ferocity. This will allow you to use the Esau's Ferocity legendary aspect. So when I hit a boss or when I kill something with a critical strike, I will gain 98 attack speed, 98% attack speed. So for Ball Lightning, that is 100, potentially 200% attack speed. Over here, critical strikes with core skills increase your attack speed by 32%. So Frozen Orb's a core skill. When Frozen Orb crits, I get 32% attack speed for 5 seconds. In packs, in dungeons, this is up all the time. Finally, Ball Lightning orbits around you, does 21% increased damage. These are the 3 critical damage aspects. Esau's Ferocity, this critical strike with core skills, and then Ball Lightning. Over here I have Frozen Orb, so it pulses 2 more times. It does more damage, which I don't care about, but this is so that I get more attack speed from getting more crits, and when I'm pushing, I'll get a lot more mana return. Over here, mana regen is increased by 49% if I've not taken damage. Not taking damage counts as while you have a barrier active, while you're immune. So as long as your health pool isn't going down, your mana regen is increased. Movement speed on boots. Basic skills grant 20% damage reduction. That's why we use Arc Lash. Also, Arc Lash hits like crazy during Unstable Currents and procs Ball Lightning and all your other shock skills. Primal Breastplate of Disobedience. Chest piece has 1.1% armor for 4 seconds when I deal damage. This is a min-maxed legendary roll. And then casting Ice Armor makes you unstoppable, grants 30% increased armor. What this does is it gives you another CC break. It makes you unstoppable, so you can't be hurt. I mean, like, you can't be displaced or moved around or, put in danger. And it grants you increased armor for 5 seconds. This is, it's a big part of your defensive ability. That's the basics of the talent tree and the legendaries. Going over here to Paragon. This is not optimized. Obviously, I have Adept because my main damaging skills mastery, it's fully maxed. I've got all the int that you can get there. I've moved on to the next board. The next board is the enchantment master board. My enchantments are stronger, so I get more frozen orb pulses. Over here, I have I have bonus to magic nodes. So this isn't maxed, it's second level radius. I've collected all the magic nodes, and I made sure that I got 40 int. So after spending 50 mana or casting a ball lightning, I deal 6.7% increased damage, 6.7% increased mana regen for 3 seconds. This is a big part of my mana regen. It's good damage. Plus I'm getting resist, dex, willpower. This has more upgrades to go. I think you're going to keep this in the build no matter what you do, even if you're going a different Paragon board. And then I, pick up defensive because I play hardcore. Defensive, Enchantment Master, very strong. Then into the next board. The next board is the Ceaseless Conduit legendary board. So Crackling Energy has a chance to not consume. I don't care. Over here I have critical strike damage. As you can see, 163% critical strike damage. I crit all the time. Lightning damage here. Lightning resistance and int here. Picked up damage to elites and movement speed after killing an elite. Going to the next board, it's the Elemental Summoner board. And I got this board for attack speed. So this is Ball Lightning's my main damage source. This is times 100, or this is times 2. So 1.3%. Ball Lightning does 200% attack speed. So this is 2.6% attack speed. 2.6%. This is 10% attack speed. So 5% attack speed times 2. Another 2.6%. So this right here is like 30% attack speed. I picked up life. Picked up conjuration skill damages, mostly for the int and to feed this node right here. This is close damage to close enemies, along with damage reduction against close enemies, because everything you attack is right next to you. This is helpful, gives you more damage. I haven't even leveled this glyph up very much. It's level 15, 17. All my glyphs are 15 or better that I'm currently using. So warding, I go into the next legendary board, which is the Icefall legendary node. This is irrelevant to me, but over here you have damage chilled enemies. I chill at every enemy because they're getting hit by Frozen Orb. 5.7% damage reduction from chilled enemies. I take reduced damage the less mana I have, up to 25%. I'm always dumping my mana, so this is good. Then, I've got the rare nodes, and this is boosting the rare nodes. 95% bonus to damage to chilled enemies and int. Damage reduction from chilled enemies and int. This is giving it an extra 15% damage and 6% DR plus 20 int at level 15. So I can, boost that up another probably like 40% in total. I'm nearly through my Paragon points. I have another like 12 on the board and 3 right here, so I got another 15 Paragon points. If you're really conservative, I think you could add in another glyph. I would suggest doing something like Elementalist. You could do Enchanter, because it's going to give you straight non-physical damage from int, plus you're going to get maximum resistance to both fire and Frozen Orb. And I'll tell you what, we'll hop into a 90 in hardcore. I haven't done any keys today or anything, so I'm going to take these 3 points out, put them in there. I'll show you what a 90 looks like on my hardcore sorcerer. So as you can see, I have good mana regen outside of combat. Ooh, was that a proc? I need to be using a cheat death elixir. That was a proc. So this is unstable elements. Or whatever. This is the DPS cooldown. So most of the time I'm just hitting Arc Lash until I can spend during DPS cooldowns, because Arc Lash, when it crits, it attacks twice. So it is a skill that can proc your damage buff ability from Unstable Occurrence, and it can proc twice per activation, so or more. So that's definitely the best skill to use. Again, this is a 90, just powering through it. As you can see, Frozen Orb just sits there, makes everybody vulnerable, gives me some more mana. I use Teleport to get that DR. Shields kind of suck, so I tend to not hit them too hard, so I'm unstoppable right now, and I got some mana regen from having Ice Armor up. And now I'm immune. And that's kind of how I deal with big nasty dome guys in hardcore. Essentially, use your cooldowns on cooldown. It's the best way to go. As long as you have something to attack, definitely do it. As you can see, there's crackling energy everywhere. As long as I keep moving in combat, I can keep regenning just like that. So now I'm out of combat. Full mana. As you can see, I can just keep casting so that when I go into combat, I've got ball lightnings rolling. This is really important. If you don't have good mana regen outside of combat, then you will not have ball lightnings going into mobs, and so you won't have any damage. You'll just go in there and you'll start like auto attacking, and you won't do much. You want to have ball lightnings going into combat. So yeah, continuing. And hit flame shield so I can't get interrupted there. And 2 more. I've procced again. Flame shield's on cooldown. I don't know where. There's lots of gains still for this build. So again, cooldowns. I'm hitting with Arc Lash primarily until I have mana to dump on Ball Lightning. If I have mana, I'm using Ball Lightning. Otherwise, I'm Arc Lashing. Again, domes suck. Some part of the domes can eat your orbs. I don't really understand why or how. It just sucks. So we're halfway through a Nightmare 90. I'll use a second flask because why the heck not? Resource cost reduced by 10%. One of the things I'm finding with Ball Lightning is that you simply just want to cast more Ball Lightnings, and really your damage would increase more if you could just simply cast more. And so this is why I've built, around attack speed, and I've built around mana regen, because really Ball Lightning's doing everything, and my mana just can't keep up with the amount of damage I could output if Ball Lightning could be cast more. So everything is really about mana regen. When I think about min-maxing this build at this point, I'm thinking mana regen. Ooh, there's a conduit. Conduit is definitely a DPS decrease, but you get to go immune, and in hardcore that's pretty cool. Especially when you're in these big nasty packs like this. Alright. I'd say we're more than half done. Alright, so get some Ball Lightnings up. I know I'm going into combat. There's a couple. And blow cooldowns. Attacking with Arc Lash. I use Flame Shield just to keep my damage up while, mobs are hurting me. Use Teleport to get in, move around, get more crackling energy. Crackling energy collection is a big part of your damage, as you can see. See those frozen orbs putting in work, making everything vulnerable, chilling them, returning mana. Now I'm taking big dam. Again, I'm just trying to collect. Whenever I cast a spell, because of these vampire powers, you will gain 3% life. I think maybe it's 4.5 at max level. Again, I'm hitting cooldowns on cooldown. Go in there, Arc Lash until I can cast Ball Lightnings. Arc Lash, Ball Lightnings. I have thought about like increasing the damage of Arc Lash, but honestly, compared to Ball Lightning, it doesn't matter. Ball Lightning does all the work. Again, that's a dangerous mob, and he's like electrocuting, so I'm going to kill some stuff, because attacking it will give me crackling energy, plus I'll be able to get some DR, get some extra Ball Lightnings. Trying to stay in here, can't. This is where mana regen really comes in, right? Like, I can't stay in combat, but I gotta be able to go into this with this guy, so I Flame Shield to get in. I get a bunch of damage out. I'm going to have to peace out. I did proc there. I'm just going to collect some extra juice. I'm not going to use cooldowns here because the boss is right next. And then we can delete the boss. This is where it really shines, the build, because of this attack speed. Maybe I'll be able to show it off a little bit here. Oh my goodness. Big damn. Using my defensives just to get that extra mana regen. Just running in circles now. Using my healing pots. Big damage. Those interested, I didn't show it. These are the vampiric powers. So fortify on base life. This is really, or fortify when you kill an enemy is really helpful. Heal for 3% life when I cast a spell. 1% DR for each life I'm missing, giving me a lot of DR or what's that? 1% for 2. So I get up to 50% DR. Hitting an enemy with base skill gives me attack speed. Again, you'll see that theme of attack speed. Then over here, up to 40% chance to increase your attack speed by 40% control movement speed bonus, meaning that I would get 50% attack speed. And that's Ball Lightning Sorcerer.